Do you have any other holiday traditions?
We always buy this is one of the few ones we have. We always buy a new ornament every year.
Yeah. I never understood that. I was gonna say that's nice, but I don't get the ornament.
We buy one.
Jason's like, what?
I mean, hey, I didn't say anything about y'all stuff that y'all do.
I haven't said anything.
We had a whole thing about it. You're gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this. We buy an ornament every year.
That's fine.
And it's usually like,
I don't get it, but that's cute.
It's usually like something that signifies something we've done that year. So like when we went to like when we go on a trip, that might be one of the souvenirs that we buy as an ornament. So then when you look at our Christmas tree, you'll see like little things, and it's like a conversation we have, like, oh, remember this one? We were doing this and we got that. And like I have a little street trolley ornament from San Francisco.
Okay.
So that's kind of it.
Okay.
We do that.
I don't have a tree up this year. I haven't had a tree up in the last couple of years, actually.
We'll do a tree. I have a kid. We'll do a tree.
I was gonna say, I feel like being a single woman, I've got the roommate who likes to terrorize the tree and burrow into it and create a home for himself in it, which is another story. It just feels like, unless I have a Christmas party, there's really no reason to put up a tree.
We have a tree and we have our ornaments. I don't like just like the pack of ornaments. I have like mostly individualized ornaments on my tree, and I don't like a junky tree.
I don't know. Like, trees are tough. Like, there's a whole aesthetic, and I really
tough about it,
because I do like uniform looking trees.
I do too, but I mean, it has like
but I don't like those kitschy ornaments. I think they look tacky.
They're
sorry.
I'm not defending these ornaments. They're actually like, some of them are very nice. Like some of them are glass.
Sure.
Some of them are, and so we do that, and then I might do like lights, and then actually one year, you know what we did?
What'd you do?
We had popcorn string.
That is disgusting.
We made it.
That's so gross.
It was cute.
You can tell y'all don't have animals.
It was a pretty tree.
That thing would have been down in seconds.
It was actually a pretty tree.
Okay.
It was very like, I don't know. It was traditional looking.
Okay.
Anyway,
it was a big tree. Shit, you've been there like needling all fucking day.
We were, and luckily they lasted like one extra year.
Y'all do. You guys pick like the most labor intensive fucking holiday shit.
I know.
I'll be like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm making a beef Wellington with caviar, and then we're going out to the garden and getting on Balthazar, our horse, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was just having turkey, but sure, like, do your thing.
We pick our spots. That's all we do. We pick our spots. Everybody has their thing.
Like last year, we spent 5 hours making popcorn garland. Like, what?
I don't know why we do these things, but we have our
cute.
Stuff
I think
that
it's funny.
We like get into. We're like, we're gonna do this.
I can always I can always depend on the Nicole family to figure out some crazy shit to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
so
that's fun.
I know it is kind of fun.
Well,
that's
I have
my only
to say,
traditions really.
I have a bit of a tradition.
Do you?
It's a new tradition.
What's that?
And I think this is gonna be my millennial moment.
Okay.
So if you'd like to jump into millennial moment,
let's do it.
Let's talk about Hallmark movies.
Oh God.
So do you watch Hallmark movies?
I mean, I have tried, but I think my attention span and like sappiness meter is way too sensitive for this. Like, I can't really watch Lifetime movies anymore either, because they're just so ridiculous. I'm like, okay, I can't do this.
I'm using Hallmark movie as like a general term, but it should be understood. Like, this is like saying Kleenex.
Yeah, when it's tissue.
When it's tissues. Like Netflix, Lifetime, and a few other streaming service, movies. Hulu, have gotten into like the sappy movie game. So I'm talking about
Elizabeth?
Christmas movies.
Wish I could. I feel like maybe I would be a softer human being if I could get into this.
Yeah.
I cannot watch it.
Potentially more mentally fit. It could be.
No.
It turns out happiness does help with that. Okay.
I don't think I'm going to be any more mentally better off by watching those.
I'm not a Christmas person, if it's not become abundantly clear. But I do enjoy Hallmark movies. And I honestly couldn't really tell you why. I just did not understand.
They put something in it.
I think
they put some drugs in the movies.
So
something's going on.
Actually. I did wonder, because like I don't I mean, I think it's something that I've done with my grandmother, because my grandmother always liked these movies, even like Lifetime movies, like the whole shebang. So there's a little bit of like nostalgia, I think. Yeah. But also, I think they're really easy to put on in the background, right?
So that's your background
You know
noise.
You're going to get like an hour and a half, tight, quick. It's not going to make a lot of sense. Just go with it, kind of Hallmark movie, right?
Oh my God.
And it's always going to be something. This is a meme at this point. It's always going to be something ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. The evil recycling company comes to the small town, And
like the hot firefighter and the school principal have to fight it and they fall in love, but...
Yeah, no, the firefighter falls in love with the girl from the evil recycling company conglomerate.
Okay. And softens her up because she's like a battle axe.
Yeah, and then he's like, don't make us sort our trash for no reason. She's like, thank you, babe.
Thanks for making me care again. Because she had become hardened.
But there's actually some...
by her corporate job.
She's just trying to make money.
She's trying to make money.
We can't all live in small America. And like live in a small town in a house that our grandmother bequeathed us. Yeah, I got shit to do. But I actually read this article from The Lily titled "Why You Might Love Hallmark Holiday Movies Even If They're Cheesy." And I definitely recommend it if you are someone who enjoys holiday movies. But the idea behind it is this. This from a researcher of media psychology at Syracuse University, Tima Konachok, says, there's a lot of dopamine and oxytocin that gets released in watching these things. They can be very de-stressing and they make you feel happier. There's also a common thread of family and community bonds in the storytelling that as humans we're hardwired to crave. She says, usually the heroine or hero has been isolated from the group and gone off to pursue a career. When they come back and wind up saving the Christmas tree farm or whatever it is, this can be compelling to the viewers. They're essentially stories about other people with small-scale dramas that are not big. They're not going to war kind of stuff. They're romantic dramas. They're family stories. We want to know how other people are engaging, and it really appeals to our basic drive.
That makes a lot of sense.
It makes total sense.
And I think it's also about who's watching it.
Yeah.
So it relates to the audience that's watching it, which is mostly like you.
Right. And I wrote down this exact note because I knew you would say that. I said, as I read this article and the stories of the people they interviewed, it comes down to a need for simple stories with happy endings. Yes, they're bizarre and ultimately cringy, but sometimes you don't need a grand story. Sometimes the most bizarre thing that can happen is that you meet a cute guy in your hometown and fall in love. And that's why we love Hallmark.
Something simple, don't you?
Honestly, though, sometimes you do just need...
You just need something simple and nice.
Sometimes I want to watch Power of the Dog and really think, like, what the hell is going on in the American West? And other times, I want to watch, like, Falling for Christmas and be like... Huh.
That could happen. Do you feel like these stories can happen to you?
No, absolutely.
Is there a small, tiny part of you that's like, love actually might be real?
I think that and I think actually, as these were always interesting. However, I do feel that the further we get from meeting people in real life, the more fantastical these movies seem.
So it's like a yearning for the times that used to be, because now it's so removed from that.
I think it's a fantasy of something that does actually happen.
It does.
It's a fantasy of like real regular life,
real relationships,
instead of being
meeting
like
people, talking in person first.
Correct. Instead of like a Marvel fantasy where it's like, oh, you're a superhero or a Russian spy or whatever. It's like, no, the fantasy is I move back to my small town. And I meet like a nice firefighter who hates recycling and we fall in love.
And you fall in love and it's happily ever after.
Exactly.
And you know what? The Hallmark movies are I have given some of them a little bit of a try. And some of them kind of have a little bit of complications with them, which I also think is like very good and nuanced. Cause like sometimes the guy might have like a kid.
Yep.
You know
the
what I mean?
mom's dead.
The mom's dead.
She's gotta die.
He's a single parent.
We can't deal with stepmoms.
Right. Or like the girl may like not be your conventional beauty. She may be like, plus size or just like awkward or something like that. So it's not so cookie cutter that it's like beautiful girl, perfect guy, fall in love. It's like a little bit more messy. And people are like, yeah, that's me.
And they've started to diversify a lot more.
Yeah, they have.
So they've started adding, like you said, different body types, different races.
Yeah, they have.
It was a big thing.
They're going for all the dollars they can get.
Yeah, they've got some gay, or I should say LGBTQIA plus minus divided by sorry,
squared.
I want to see how far I can keep going.
God help me.
No. Yeah, they've got LGBTQ stories. They've got all kinds of different stories of different people. So it's a different change. But either way, it's interesting, I think, because now they're starting to reflect their audience. But you do have the me's of the world. You know, you have white women. You have maybe women who are plus size, or, you know, gay people who love this stuff, and men who watch this stuff. Like, there is a really there's a really like far swath of people who watch all of these different things, and so they're starting to reflect that a little bit more, and I think that's great. It's just happy. Look, dude, it's just a simple fucking movie. It's just don't overthink it.
Why doesn't it make people then get off the damn apps?
Because it's not realistic. Because it's still fantasy.
It is.
I
know we're not going to go there.
2 years ago, I was walking around with a coffee in Vermont, and I thought to myself,
this is the time.
If there's any time that I'm going to meet a lumberjack to sweep me off my feet, it will be here. And I can only walk around with a cup of coffee.
Maybe it wasn't a lumberjack. Maybe it was an attorney at this coffee shop doing his remote work. And then you need to be smiling and letting him know he can come talk to you.
And you know what?
What?
I don't believe in Christmas. So I am ripe for this picking. Yeah, I am ripe for someone to try to make me believe in the magic of love.
Like at Christmas time.
And then
the closing scene is kissing you under the mistletoe.
And then we like buy an ornament together. And we like look at it fondly.
Right, with soft snowflakes falling.
Yeah, in Florida. It's like, oh my God, that would be the title.
It's at Busch Gardens.
That's the title of the movie. Snow in Florida. Snow on the beach.
Oh my God. I swear. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in good fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just supposed to be something, like I said, to make you feel a little bit happier.
I feel like I need to watch some of that.
And I saw like in this article, they did talk to a lot of different people. They talked to a couple people who like were single over the holidays, and some people who maybe had like family things going on. And it's just a quick little like happy story about someone else going through some shit, but who ends up with a happy ending. And I think that's the point. So, can you guess how many Hallmark movies they're putting out this year?
I don't know, like 15?
40.
Different ones?
Correct.
Damn, and where are they making these movies? This is like a freaking factory of movies coming out.
I wouldn't be surprised if I found out Tyler Perry was behind.
I was about to say, it's giving Tyler Perry. I ain't want to say it, but these things are like,
I don't know if it's better than I said it, but yeah, you know that man can put out. He's a movie factory, and he's got his studio.
But the movies.
No, I don't. Maybe he just taught them how to do it.
Rent them some space and rent his model to them.
I was gonna say, he's making money. So last year they put out, I think it was 41, and then the year before that they put out like 44.
What's the decrease about?
I don't know. It's becoming more expensive, I guess. But
what?
I have put together a list of Hallmark movies. And I want to play a game with you, and this is how it's going to work.
Okay.
I'm going to read you the title of the movie. And then I'm going to read you two synopses.
Okay.
Or synopses.
Yeah.
And then synopses. And then you tell me which one's the actual movie and which one is fake.
Okay.
And let's see how you can do. All right. So